What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Fatherhood Experience, where we help men leave the average dad life behind and become the ultimate role model their families deserve and the most elite version of themselves. We are your hosts, Jason Priest and Zach Smith. We've got an awesome episode for you guys. We've got lots of new stuff in the pipeline, man. So I just want to give you a quick summary here where you guys can get more of our content. We just started a brand new Twitter page. We're brand new over there. We don't have any followers, so we would love for you guys to come and follow us over there. We are putting out content every single day over there, and that is at the Fatherhood EX. That's the handle, at the Fatherhood EX, short for experience. If you guys aren't already following us on Instagram, at the Fatherhood Experience, go get us on both, man. We're putting out consistent content over there, and we'll think that you guys will love more of that. We know that we only do our show once a week, and so a lot of you guys need this stuff at the top of your mind on a day-to-day basis. And that's really what we're here to do is help you find a life of sustainability when it comes to your health and really fulfill your potential as a man. So with all that being said, we're going to dive into some resiliency today, man. The bottom line is Zach and I are both a little under the weather, and we have a few stories we want to share, but we also want to talk about the common trend that we see a lot in guys right now, which is living reactively versus living proactively. We live in a very fast-paced society, as most of you guys are well aware. And when you live reactively, man, it's very hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So we're going to give you some strategies today, and we're going to share some things in our own life that will hopefully help you move forward on this beautiful Monday morning and get your week started right. So Zach, what's up, my man? I'm excited for this one. This is one we talk about a lot, but we haven't done a full episode on it in a bit, man. So where do you want to dive in?
Right. It's very, very relevant though, man, because like you said, we're both not feeling 100% here, but you know what? Resiliency. What are we talking about here, right? What are we talking about? We're handling business, doing what we know needs to be done, regardless of how we feel, right?
Right.
I mean, so what is resiliency, right? It's just pretty much doing. I mean, there's many definitions to it depending on the context, but like in essence, what it really is just doing the shit that needs to be done, right? Understanding that regardless of how you feel, these are things that you need to do in order for you to get on the path to, where you want to be. Where you want to be. So for in this particular context of what we're doing right now is we know that we have to record a podcast episode, man, for our listeners. Do we want to do this? Let me be honest. No. Hell no, we don't want to do, but that's the difference between people like us and our listeners and the rest of everybody else, right? They give in to these feelings of like, I don't want to do it. Everything's not perfect. I'm not feeling the greatest. I had to do that extra project at work. My wife made me go mow the lawn instead when I wanted to go home and do X. And they just succumb to the feeling. I'll just tie it into what you were talking about. It starts to become reactive instead of being proactive.
Yep.
Right.
No, yeah. And the thing is, and I know, I'm working on this guide that I've been telling you about, dude, for like a simple path to really personal excellence for dads. And I'll make sure you guys, as soon as I'm done with that, I'll make sure you guys have that. We'll get that in the show notes for you guys to get your hands on, because I think a lot of you guys are going to really benefit from this. But I think the whole premise of building out this guide and building out a path to personal excellence is the reactive versus proactive mentality. We see, and we're in the business of talking to a lot of guys, right? That's what our company does is help men become the most elite version of themselves. Even in our brand new Fit Father Accelerator program, man, those guys are over there just looking to get better, right? They're not looking for a fad diet. They're not looking for, they're not looking for the fancy workout. They're looking for a clear path forward that allows them to become a better person, a better man, a better husband, a better father. And that's really what we're all about. And so what we see a lot though is that, and this happened to me too, man, like you, and for me, I had kids later, but you get married and this is the typical kind of process, right? And this is, I guess you probably have to get the dad bod thing coming in here too, which is total bullshit, but you get married, right? Then you settle down, you have kids, you get caught up with helping the wife with kids, you get caught up with the demands of work. And a few years goes by, right? You gain some weight. Maybe you're not taking care of yourself like you once did. You're not the fit guy that your wife originally married, or maybe you're not as fit as you were. And you start to spiral out of control, and it's very easy to get caught in this reactionary mode. And then all of a sudden you feel like you lack work-life balance, right? It's like, okay, well, shit, where'd my work-life balance go? All of a sudden, like, I'm consumed by my chores and my responsibilities for my family. I'm consumed by what's going on at work. I barely have enough in me to get home every day, spend 10 minutes with my kids before I'm zonked out on the couch, right? And you start living this this reactive cycle, if you will. And I know that I did that too. And again, mine was prior to having kids. But I think there's a lot of guys out there, man. They get into this mode of like always trying to keep up with the rat race. It's trying to keep up with your responsibilities at home, your responsibilities at work. And you want to give, right? As guys, we love to give, right? Especially as fathers, we want to give, we want to provide, we want to protect, we want to make sure that our family's safe, and all the things that come along with being a father when you actually take your role seriously, right? The bottom line here, and really your path forward, is making yourself the top priority. And I think, Zach, that's where you and I, we had a mindset shift. Yours, I'm not sure exactly when yours happened, and really even when mine happened, but when you flip the script and you realize that if you make yourself the number one priority in your life, that everybody else gets the best version of you, your priorities start to become a little bit more aligned with who you truly know you're capable of becoming, right? Then it's about being proactive. When you have that mindset shift going from I'm going to protect and provide and they get everything first and I'm last, to I'm going to make me the top priority in my life. That way they get the best version. That's the massive mindset shift that a lot of guys are missing, man. And so I wish it was as easy as, hey, man, wake up and smell the coffee, make you the top priority, but it's not. And so I think this is a great topic. Like you said, it's needed because so many guys, man, they want to do their best. Dads want to do their best most of the time, right? If you're not a piece of shit, like most guys listening to this show are trying to get better. They're not a piece of shit. You guys are awesome guys looking for more knowledge, looking for more strategies, looking for maybe a little humor in your life to get you on a path of being a better father. And so I think that's what I see, man. And that's what I've noticed in my own life is when I went through that transition of going from reactionary to being proactive. I think that's where I made the biggest strides, because you're seeking out growth in all areas of your life.
Yeah, man. And so what happened to me is I started my own personal development journey where I started to focus on me and my growth and becoming better. I believe it was end of 2017 or 2018 or so. It's been about 4 or 5 years since I started my own path, right? And something to be aware of, though, guys who are trying to become better, is it can be a lonely path. So although that's the best way to become resilient and understand who you truly are, so you can start doing what you need to do to, ultimately end up where you want to be, you got to also understand that the path is the road less traveled. Yes. And the road less traveled forces you to adapt. It forces you to grow thick skin. It forces you to learn and understand and become resilient. You have to. Because I will tell you, when I started onto that path, when I stopped going out drinking all the time, when I started having all these big goals, I started seeing friends drop like flies, right? Not in the sense that when I saw them, they ignored me, but the text would stop coming through. The invites would stop. They started decreasing, right?
Yep.
You just start seeing different changes happening. So some of you need to be aware of this is kind of the natural progression of becoming a better person. You are going to kind of outgrow some of these people. So the first step, not step, but like one of the most powerful things that you can do is to change up your environment by means of who your associates are, who you're hanging out with, and who you're surrounding yourself with. Because like I said, it's difficult as hell. Jason and I both know, like I would say that we have this pretty locked in, but even still, we have very difficult days.
Yeah,
we have very, very difficult days. It's very normal. Like sometimes Jason has to get my head out of my ass. Sometimes I have to talk him off of a ledge. This is absolutely normal, man. So I think this is just a very relative topic. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you're going to feel like this, man. If you're listening to this and you start feeling like you're alone in this, if you start feeling like the world's caving in on you, if you start feeling like shit is getting hard, that's absolutely normal, dude. You got to find yourself some people who truly have your back, who are not only applauding you in public, but have your back behind closed doors, man. Because look, the reality is I had many friends of mine who would applaud in public while talking shit behind closed doors.
Well,
those
and you
really
brought up
aren't
the
your
story.
friends. You got to find a really, really good support system, man, because environment is powerful.
Dude, it's
and
huge.
If you're not around the right people, you're going to fail.
You've told the story before about how, the guy, I don't know if it was your cousin or a friend or something, where like you weren't going to drink. And so he wasn't coming to a party.
It was, like, yeah, I'll just say it real fast, man. Okay. So really quick in a nutshell, man, my 30th birthday, at this time I wasn't drinking because I set out some big goals and I wanted to focus to make sure I wasn't having the day after where you're just like tired, lazy, not doing anything, right? So I invited some friends out, and one of my friends was just like, "Hey, I thought you're not drinking right now." I said, "I'm not, but it's still my fucking birthday."
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, you're not drinking. Why should I even go?" Ha ha ha. And I'm like, "Ha ha ha." We're laughing, we're joking. He didn't show up. So I'm like,
Yeah.
hold up. Wait a minute.
That's
And
not
that's
your
the kind
friend,
of
dude.
change that
Yeah.
I'm talking to you guys about, man. When you start making strides towards becoming a better you, the friends who want you to stay exactly where you are
Mhm.
going to drag you back down or
Yeah.
try.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Or try.
For
So
sure.
you got to be very aware and very careful, man, because the first step of building resiliency is getting those bastards out of your life, because you will
Yeah.
not build resiliency. You will succumb to all those feelings and you will get dragged right back down with the rest of them. And you're just going to end up being the same person you've been your entire life. And you're going to feel like you have no purpose, no
Right.
sense of direction, no growth. You're kind of just waiting to die, essentially, right? Going through the motions,
Yep.
mindless, autonomous, monotonous work.
You're not thriving. And
You're not
that's,
thriving. You're not thriving. You're not living life. You're just essentially waiting to die. Now, you might not feel like that, but when you start getting into the growth mindset, you're going to start believing that. You're going to
yeah.
start believing that.
Well, and they say, I don't know who they is, but there's a saying that says, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right?
Yep.
Well, most guys that are listening to this are fathers, probably a lot of them are husbands, and you guys probably spend quite a bit of time with your wife, right? That's and your kids. If those are a couple of the people in your life that are the average, now, if you have a large family and those are the 5, maybe you got 10 kids or something, totally different scenario. But I'll tell you this, man, like my wife and I, we challenge each other, right? Like we want each other to be better. We want each other to do more in life, to do better in life, and to get better in all areas, right? We're constantly working on our marriage and our communication. If there's a problem and there's a challenge that comes up in our marriage, say we have an argument or something, we get in a little tiff or something, we're talking that shit out immediately. Like it's not even, there's no process there that waits. And so we're on a level now, and it's taken a lot of hard work to get there. And so if you're not looking for opportunities for growth, you're living reactively. I will tell you that you mentioned that you started your personal development journey. I think I probably started mine right around the same time. I think I left the corporate world and right around there, 2017, something like that, 18. And when I did, I was, what I call a late blooming entrepreneur, if you will. And I didn't know what the hell that I needed to do. I didn't know that, I just knew that I was like, okay, well, I don't want to do this anymore. And I want to start a business. I didn't
Right.
realize that starting a business also comes with a shit ton of personal development and personal growth that's required for you to continue to
you knew what
grow
you
in your
wanted to
role.
do, but not what it takes.
Right. I had no
Yeah.
idea, man.
Same.
Yeah, no idea. And I told you recently, man, like not long ago, that I've been going through another stage of growth where I feel like I'm being called to do more. I'm being called to give more. I'm being called to add more value to people's lives. And it's my moral obligation as a human being to do that. I will tell you, I was listening to a podcast that I listen to often, and at the end of the day, man, like if you're not getting up trying to make a better a difference in the world, and you're trying to help people, right? We're all servants. We're here to help each other. And if you're not on that level, if you're living this selfish reactionary lifestyle, dude, you're never going to get anywhere. It's going to feel like, you mentioned the fulfillment word, right? It's like you're never going to feel fulfilled if you are not actively looking to grow. I will tell you that one thing that I implemented in my life that changed the whole outlook for me was a morning routine, dude. I was like, you know what?
Mm.
I'm getting up. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do next. Like, I don't even know what the next thing I need to do is. And there are so many guys out there that don't even know how to manage their stress. Like, they're clueless when it comes to stress management. It's like, oh, I don't feel like I'm going to pull my hair out today, so I guess I'm good. Dude, mindfulness, stress management, personal development, all of that goes together. If you are working on learning, like if you, like, say you're out there, you're looking to read and learn, right? That's personal development. You're trying to get better as a person. I guarantee you, if you're reading self-help books, personal development books, some of the books that you and I have thrown out for our community, your stress is going down just by reading, right? You're learning, and you're feeding your mind positivity with something that's going to help you grow. You might not notice that it's a direct effect on your stress levels, but now you've added a component to your life where you're trying to get better, right? The deep breathing thing, right? A lot of guys don't know the benefits of deep breathing. Dude, you do 10 deep breaths a few times a day, and it's going to lower your stress. It's the simplest task you could possibly do. Gratitude journal. That's something that we're huge on in the community, right? It's like dude, get up and write down 5 things that you're grateful for to start your day and get off your damn cell phone for 30 minutes. Like, just put it down. That's living proactively. You're telling your subconscious mind that you're in control. Those who are not willing to do that, those who are not willing to instill that type of discipline into their mind, are the guys that are going to continue to live reactionary and live reactively to their whole lives and always wonder why they don't have work-life balance. Dude, there's no such thing as true work-life balance. You have to be proactive about the approach so that when you do get home from work in the evening, you don't need to be on your damn cell phone. One thing that I'm trying to do desperately in my life is not allow my boys to see me on my cell phone in the evening. When I'm done with work, I'm done with work and like I'm off, right? If I need to respond to a text or something like that, I'll sneak off to the damn bathroom, get it done and come back because I don't want them seeing me on my phone anymore. I don't want them to see dad was always on his phone in the evening. Colin's 2, Blake is 7. Dude, I got a lot of time with these guys. I don't want them to look back and be like, dad was always on his phone, reacting to life, reacting to social media, reacting to his hearts, likes, and comments. Like, that's not it, man. We're not meant to spend 8 hours a day on our screens. And so step one, dude, is making a decision that you want to get better. And I think that's where a lot of guys go wrong. That they just don't commit to growing. It's like, well, shit, I don't know what to do. I don't even know where to start. Dude, information is everywhere, man. Education is everywhere, but you got to be willing to start.
Yeah, 100%, man. So what a lot of people don't understand here is we have different ages for different aspects of our life, right? The only thing that most people take into account is our biological age. Mm-hmm. We have a spiritual age, a cognitive age. We have all kind of ages. If you're in a business, you have your business age, your career age, like you have everything, right? And what most people don't realize is if you want to level up, if you want to become better, if you want to upgrade your life, it's going to require a different level of you in whatever aspect of life you're trying to grow in. That's what most people don't understand, that we have different ages for different aspects of our life, and that you have to do things that are uncomfortable in order for you to progress in that particular aspect of life. That's the bottom fucking line.
Yep.
Most people want change without the actions to actually, be the catalyst for that change. It's kind of crazy, right? And we're talking about, so let's tie it in with the reactive versus proactive. How the hell do you ever expect to grow if you're living reactively? You always feel like there's not enough time in the day. You always feel like I can't do what I know needs to be done because I had to do this instead because of my job. My boss told me I had to do this. My wife asked me to do that. What is that shit? But an excuse.
Yep, it is.
What is that shit except an excuse? Because at the bottom, at the end of the day, you can only produce results or excuses.
Yep.
That's really it, man. So you got to understand that if you want to level up, it's going to require a different version of you. 100%. If you want to get in shape, you're going to have to go to the gym. You're going to have to eat better. You're going to have to prioritize your sleep, manage your stress, all the things that we talk about all of the time.
Yep.
Most people want change, but they don't want to do the actions that are required in order to make that change happen. Because what is a goal without action? Nothing but a dream.
Mm-hmm.
You're nothing but a damn daydreamer, dude. Don't be a person who just dreams about shit. Be a person who's about it. Walks the walk, talk the talk, all that crap. All them damn sayings, man. The problem with society nowadays is we're all about positive affirmations. I am beautiful. Nonsense. I am strong. I am resilient. No, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the actions to back up those affirmations, you ain't nothing but a damn daydreamer who's never going to achieve anything. I saw a post a long time ago. Somebody posted this very, very nice old school. No, actually, no, I lied. I think it was a new one, like one of those GT 500s, the Ford cars, the ones that are like 500,000. They only make like 50 or 100 of them, something like that. Somebody says, #1day. Hashtag one day what?
What's that?
You're going to do shit. Hashtag what? You're going to own a poster of that one day? Like, what are you thinking that just because you say you're going to get it one day, that you're going to actually get it? You're not going to do a fucking thing because you work a job that pays you $70,000 a year. How the hell are you going to buy that? What's your plan of attack? If you want to have the things that other people don't have, you have to be willing to do what other people aren't doing. So if you're working a 9 to 5, one that's not even paying you like $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, how the hell do you ever expect to achieve something like that? You're nothing but a dreamer. You're doing nothing but lying to yourself by saying the thing that you're going to achieve these things, but you're not taking the action that's going to help you do it. So what happens? Let's fast forward to the end of your life. Now you're living with resentment. Now you're living in like regret. Now you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I did this. I wish I went for my goals. I wish I talked to that girl. I wish I did this. I wish I did that. That's what happens when you daydream without any damn action.
You
You
know,
have to do it.
it's funny you say that because here's the thing, dude. And there's like a little nugget here for these guys to grasp. And it kind of came to me when you said it. It's like when you talk about, like let's say the $500,000 car, right? Or the
Mm-hmm.
Lambo that everybody wants, or the Ferrari. Okay. Even if it's a $200,000 car. And this is
Still a
saying
lot.
you're saying, yeah, you're saying one day, right? You're like, this is the one day thing. What you have to realize is when you start taking the action to do this, right? Like say, and here's another example with the guy let's say the guy that's 80 pounds overweight. He's like, one day I'm going to have abs, but he actually starts taking action on that goal and taking the steps to get to the goal of achieving the abs, right? Everybody has abs. You just got to get rid of that later, right? So
Right.
here's the thing, dude, is if you this is the scenario for you guys listening. Like this is going to provoke some thought in you. If you never achieve that goal, if you never get the Ford fucking GT 500,000, if you never get the Lambo or the Ferrari, right? You never get these things that you talked about doing, or if you're the 80-pound overweight guy and you never get the abs, right? But you fight your ass off to get that car, and maybe you don't get the Lambo, but life goes by a little bit, your priorities change a bit, and you end up with like a big fucking diesel dually truck that's like 80 grand, right? I think that you're pretty satisfied with that decision because you work towards it. Same thing with the guy with the abs, right? You might not ever see the abs, right? Maybe you don't see the abs, but you get to a point where you're like, maybe you have a little bit of ab definition, your physique is good, maybe you got a little bit of loose skin that never went away, but you're healthy, you're strong, you feel confident. All the things that come along with that, dude. You put in the fucking work, right? You did the actions that equaled the result. You did the micro that equaled the macro on both accounts, both with the car analogy and with the fat guy analogy, right? You put in the hard work to get there. So even though you didn't get the Lambo or the Ferrari, even though you didn't get the abs, you know what you're not going to live with? You're not going to look back on life with fucking regret, dude. You're not going to look back and be like, holy shit, I never got the Lambo, but I also never made an attempt to get the Lambo.
Right.
If you're on your fucking deathbed,
that's what's going to kill you.
That's what's going to kill you. And that's what's going to eat you from the inside, dude. If you're on your deathbed and you can look back and be like, one day like 30 years ago, I say 50 years ago, I dreamt of a Lambo and I started putting in the fucking work for it. And I didn't ever get the Lambo, but you know what? I got a really, really damn nice Cobra or something, right? You got a little bit under that. You didn't quite reach that goal. And the same thing with the ab guy. You look back on life proud as fuck, dude. You look back on life because you can tell your kids, you know what? Dad never achieved the true dream that I wanted, but guess what? I got up and I fought my ass off every single day, living proactively instead of reactively to carve out a path to show you guys, your kids, your boys, your girls, whatever, to show you guys that hard work is what it's all about. Hard work is going to equal what you want in life and the fulfillment that you're going to have when you are on your deathbed. And you can look back and be like, you know what? I didn't get it, but I worked my fucking ass off and now I'm very fulfilled.
That right there.
Is it?
Right there. Let that marinate, guys, because that is key. The pursuit of your potential will help give you the fulfillment that you need.
100%.
That's what everybody needs to understand, bottle up, and keep in their back pocket for whenever they're starting to feel down on themselves. Because look, as a culture, we have a problem here in America. And this is me. I don't know if this is you, Jason, but I've been raised in a family or in an environment and in a place where if you failed, you were a failure. That's not right, dude. That's complete bullshit. And that needs to stop as a society. We need to stop telling people that trying it sucks because if you fail, you're a loser. That's not the reality of it, right? Like statistically speaking, we all know 90% of businesses fail, right?
Right.
Everybody's going to fail. So does that mean 90% of human beings are losers? No, because what makes you a winner and what makes you live your life with purpose and without regret is the genuine attempt at success and fulfilling the potential that you're capable, becoming that person, right? You get what I'm saying.
Potential as a man, dude.
So I need to make this very clear. That is what's going to fulfill you. That's what's going to fill your cup. The pursuit of excellence.
Yes.
The pursuit of fulfilling your potential as a human, living the life or at least attempting to live the life that you can live and you actually can. You can. All right. So please do not get down on yourself, if you feel like you're trying something, like you shoot for the stars and you land on the moon. Let's put it that way, right? If
Yeah,
you
dude.
land there, you're way ahead of 90+% of people. You
100%,
can
dude.
you can be content with that, man. But it's such a poison mentality, man. And I think it's super key. And I'm glad that you said that, because if I always thought that way, we would not be doing this podcast right now. We would not be
No,
working this
we
business
wouldn't even
together
be
right
working
now, because
together,
I'd be a
dude.
loser. No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't even be in a business. I'd probably be working some deadbeat job that I hate,
Fuck you.
continuing on the path that I was, being 100 pounds overweight by now. You know what I mean? Pissed off every single
Dude,
day because
you
I
and I
wasn't living
have
a life.
failed how many times in business?
Oh
It's
yeah,
only
dude.
failure if you don't learn a lesson and if you fucking quit, right? It's
That's
only
right.
failure if you quit. And the fact that we're resilient, we continue to push forward, dude. You're right. If you had that mentality, the broken mindset, the reactionary lifestyle, the fucking, if I fail, I'm a failure, we wouldn't be here. Right?
That's what
We
helps.
wouldn't be working
That's what
together.
stops so many people, though, right? The criticism that they believe that they're going to get from people, because so many people do criticize. They do talk shit, because you know how it is, man. People like to see you do well until you're doing better than
Yep.
them.
Yep.
And that's why, going back to what I was saying some however minutes ago, you got to be very careful who you surround yourself with, man.
Yep. Oh
You
yeah,
got to
dude.
really be around people who want to push you and help be the catalyst to your success. The
You
people
know,
who not only just applaud for you in public, but they're behind closed doors, like, bro, I love what you're doing, or encourages you. How can I support you? How can I help you, dude? You know what I mean? Like, just those kinds of things. Those are the people you need to keep in your corner. Everybody else, you got to pay very close attention. You got to pay very
you
close
know,
attention. And when you start making these moves towards becoming better, it's going to be very eye-opening, man. It's like you put on some goggles that let you see who people truly are. It's actually incredible, man.
Yeah, it is, dude. And the thing is I think that's why, that's why we see so much success in the fatherhood, is because these guys lean into each other, man, and they know that
Right.
they're trying to rise above average, right? Like most people are average. Going back to, you shoot for the stars and you land on the moon piece, right? So the podcast that I listen to most of the time, and this guy, he talks about how, Jeff Bezos is in his, on his radar, right? Like he's not satisfied with where he's at, because he believes that he is capable of where Bezos is or where Elon Musk is. Let's be honest, dude. He's never going to reach either one of those levels. But the fact that he believes he can is the power and resiliency, dude. It's the power in continuing to
Yes.
fill your cup, be fulfilled, because he gets up every day blissfully dissatisfied, right? That term, which I think is might have been created by his partner or whatever, but that
Mm-hmm.
term, blissfully dissatisfied, is the switch that you need to flip in your brain to go from reactionary to proactive lifestyle. I think that here, and I want to shift a little bit, because I think a lot of guys are going to get value from this. I know that. But where does it start? You keep mentioning surround yourself with people in your life that that are going to lift you up. That's an easier thing said than done. Okay. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
42, bro. And like I told you how many friends I got. I can count them on one fucking hand, right? You're
Right.
my business
Right.
partner, and I'd probably put you on that fucking hand, that I know
Yeah.
that if I'm in a
Likewise. Right.
bad spot, I'm reaching out to your happy ass and be like, hey, bro, I need to fucking talk, right? And so
Right. Right.
here's the thing, though.
We
It's
take turns. We take turns with that
yeah,
nowadays.
we just fucking dumping on each other. But here's the thing, dude, is like, if you don't have somebody like that in your life, go find somebody, number one. But number two is, it's just as important to eliminate the negative people as it is to accumulate the positive people in your life. Because the more negative people that you eliminate from your life, the more people that are holding you back, the more people that are pulling you down, the easier it is for you to start to carry your own load. You don't have this extra baggage. You don't have these extra influences in your ear. Oh, I see you're posting some positive shit on Facebook. What are you trying to do? Start a business? What are you trying to do? Inspire somebody today? Like those kind of comments, dude, getting them fuck out of here, right? Like I was talking to my wife the other day. This is part of my recent kind of period of growth. I said, honey, I said, there's this guy. We've been in his network. You'll know who I'm talking about. This guy is the posting king, if you will. He posts. Yeah. This guy's probably got, I don't know, 30 pieces of content. He's got a team that does it. It's kind of Gary V style, right? He's in, like, if you fucking log on to Facebook and you're friends with him and you're in those groups, and you're gonna see like 10 posts right in the morning from this guy. He's on a tear. right? He posts on his personal timeline, guys getting hundreds of likes and comments and stuff. He goes and posts in a group. He might get one like, maybe 4 or 5 likes sometimes, maybe one comment, and he doesn't stop. All right. And so what I was talking to my wife about, I was like, honey, I'm being called to do more, and I want you to know that I'm strategically going about this. But I'm going to need to commit several hours on Sunday to setting this up so that I can add the value to the world that I know I'm capable of. And she's like, uh, do you feel like there's ever a point where it just becomes too much? And I had to think about that for a second, man, because I'll be honest with you. There was a point in my life where, especially early on in the business journey, where I did think it was too much. I said, I'm posting too much. I'd get some hate. I'd get some people being like, damn, dude, like, you gotta fucking slow down. You're posting like 12 groups a day. You're posting 3, 4 times a day on your timeline. And it was a very selfish mentality for me back then, because it was the beginning of the journey. I'm just trying to get a fucking client, right? I'm just trying to see that next paycheck come in, right? I'd quit my corporate job. I'm desperate at this point. I'm looking for a client. And it was a very self-centered way of going about it. Well, I was listening to a show the other day, and they talked about your moral and ethical obligation as a human being, really, and as a citizen of our country, to add as much value and help as many people as you possibly can. And no matter whether you want to post or not, if it changes one guy's life, if it inspires one person for the day, you do it anyway. And so my response to my wife was like, she goes, is there a point where it's too much? My response was, is there? And she says, well, I'm not the best person to ask, because I'm like I'm an average Facebook user. I don't post. I go like, give my friends a comment or two whenever they post something about they had a baby or they got a new job or something, right? She's that kind of Facebook user. You're a normal Facebook user. She's like, if I see somebody like that, it's just gonna, I'm gonna unfollow them, or I'm not gonna pay attention. I'm like, okay, guess what? You're not the person I'm trying to help. So if you unfollow me or you scroll along, more power to you. The one guy that needed to hear my message for the day, whether it was 15 posts or 5 posts, the one guy that read that fucking post, life changed a little bit. He thought a little bit. He decided he was going to take action and start getting healthier, or start working on his leadership skills, start being a better father, start being a better man. Do you think that it was too much if that guy turns his whole life around because he was inspired by one fucking post that I put out there? Do you really think that it was too much, even if I posted 55 times for the day? She's like, I guess when you put it like that, I guess you're not, I guess you're right. Right. So it got me to thinking, I'm like, dude, I owe the world. And for you guys listening right now, you have no clue how much influence you have on those around you. It is your obligation as a human to do better. It is your obligation as a man and a father to want more out of life, to want to achieve all of your goals, to want to fulfill your potential as a father, as a man, as a husband, dude. If you don't have that mentality, you're probably not listening to the show, but if you don't have that mentality, you're never going to be fulfilled, dude. It's just non-existent. Fulfillment, you will never always be happy. But like you said, if you have the consistent pursuit of greatness, the consistent pursuit of you being personally excellent, then your fulfillment will fluctuate some, but you will always fill your cup, because you know that you got up every single day and you fought your ass off, no matter whether you wanted to or not, to provide the best life for yourself and your family. And if you have that mentality, dude, fulfillment is something that is not hard to find.
Yeah, man. And look, and not only do you owe it to yourself, but you owe it to your kids, because a scarcity mindset, a growth mindset, abundance mindset, whatever mindset it is generational, man. Because what are kids except for an extension of our beliefs?
Yes.
That's literally all they are. So if you want to help the world be a better place, you must.
It's your duty as a father.
It is your duty, not only to yourself, but to your children and to your spouse. You have to do it. You have to. What would have happened if I continued with that scarcity mindset that I had when I was surrounded by those people that I used to be in, the environment I was in? The world would be no better.
No,
the world would be no better. So many less lives would be changed. People like you are an inspiration to those around you, as long as you are giving a genuine effort at becoming or fulfilling the potential you're capable of. Everyone is, I guess we can put it this way, everyone's an influencer, I guess we can say. It's just to different degrees.
Yes.
You are going to put off the people who don't want to grow. But this is what happens. They're kind of be like standoffish a little bit. They're gonna see you. They're gonna be the people that maybe applaud for you, up front, and then behind closed doors, like, what's this guy trying to do?
Yep.
Guess what happens? You stay the path. You you have to practice resiliency, right? You got
Yeah.
to grow that tough skin because it's going to be a lonely path. It is a hard path. But guess what happens to those people who doubted you, who were hating on you, who were talking shit about you? They start to ask questions. You pique their interest. They're like, wait a minute, what? Something's happening here. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like it. I'm naturally attracted to it. I'm gravitating towards what he's trying to do. But in the beginning, I was kind of hating on it. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yep.
Eventually, when you achieve that greatness, or they start to see that you're making huge strides in the right direction, they're going to be like, hey, man, what are you doing? Hey,
Yeah.
man, how can I do the same?
They
And
believe
you're
in
actually going to,
themselves, dude. They start to
yes,
believe
dude.
in themselves, and that is the fucking
Yes.
magic, dude.
That's what the fatherhood is all about, man. We are trying to create an army of powerful father figures, man, who are just out to fulfill their potential to be the best they can be in every facet of life. That's what we are trying to achieve, because if I live that life, I can inspire others to do the same. If you live that life, you can inspire others to be the same. Shit, look at Dave Fensky within our group, man. Shout out to Dave Fensky, got his cousin Michael in the group. Shout out to Adam Wade. He just got his friend Anthony, who he met through his son's hockey team.
Hockey team, dude.
He just joined us in the fatherhood too. Literally, what, a couple days ago, a few
Because
days
they're
ago.
fucking doing shit, dude. They
Yes,
see the
because they
results.
inspired them. They
Yep.
inspired them through hard work and leveling up to become the best they could be. They're like, wait a minute, that fulfilling your potential is fucking awesome. You look
Yes.
great. I could tell you feel great. Your energy is so much different. Your relationship with your family is so much better. Like, I want to be like you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's all about. That's what
It's
it's all
crazy, dude,
about.
that
If people envy your life, dude, you're doing something right. You're doing something
100%.
right.
And you're gonna have haters that come along with it, because you know
Of
why?
course,
You know what
because they don't
haters?
want to do it.
No,
They don't want to put in the
haters.
work.
100%, man. And haters are always gonna have something to say, and you have to get to the point in your life where, I'll just tell you, dude. One of the most liberating things for me in life was finally reaching a point in my life where I truly don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me, and I can honestly say that, like. If it's not my wife and my kids, dude, like, I don't give a fuck, man, because at the end of the day, those are my ride or dies. And like, if they say something that irks me a little bit, we're gonna have a conversation around that, because I don't, I want to make sure that everything is good. Beyond that, dude, like, your opinion of me doesn't mean a damn thing, because I'm gonna still wake up the next day and I'm gonna keep going through life and I'm gonna keep trying to get better. Go get better every single day is the mentality, and it starts with the little shit, man. I know that, like, I think a lot of guys, they wonder where they even start, right? It's like there's so many guys out there that are just broken. They just don't know where to even find a path to a better life. And it all starts with the little shit, dude. We've talked about it on the podcast before, right? Leadership. It starts with your leadership skills. We all flock, like, if you say you're 50 pounds overweight, you flock to the diet and exercise, right? It's a surface level shit. Oh, I need to eat better. I need to work out, right? No, dude, you need to work on you. You need to work on the man that you are inside, because if you work on your leadership skills, you work on your own personal development, you're not going to be fat. You're not going to want to eat pizza fucking 5 times a week, continuing to get fat and more out of shape. You're not going to want to skip the gym for a month or 2 months or 6 years straight, because you worked on being a better leader. Leaders lead by example. If you're a dad out there and you're not working out, what are you showing your kids? Like Zach said, if you're a dad out there and you're eating like a pig all the time and you want your kids to eat healthy food, you're not leading by example. And so I think that the tiny little micro things we do as leaders, picking up the fucking piece of trash in the parking lot and throwing it in the trash can, putting your grocery cart back, right? Wiping the piss off the toilet seat, not showing your kid that it's okay to leave these things, doing things that you're doing to stand above most average citizens, right? How many times have you gone to the grocery store and seen people fucking leave the cart in between two cars? I'm like, dude, it's 15 feet away, right?
Or the
What are you
groceries in the
showing
wrong
rest of
spot.
society?
Literally 3 days ago at the self checkout, there were some groceries in the wrong spot, and the lady went to pick it up. I'm like, man, I hate when people do that. She's like, at least it's not frozen stuff, but I agree. Nobody
Like, what
likes
is
that.
that? Yeah,
That's
nobody.
laziness, dude.
It's
That's laziness.
it's a lack of
That's
leadership.
not
And if you're
leveling up.
doing,
That's leveling
no,
down.
if you're
That's
doing those
leveling
kinds of
down, dude.
things, I can assure you that anybody that is working on their own personal development on a consistent basis, right? They're living a proactive lifestyle. They ain't doing that shit. That stuff's not even in their vocabulary. If they see that, it frustrates them, right? Like I told you a story before we hopped on the pod about I was going to the gym the other day, right? And this lady, I'm driving in my neighborhood. We have a long ass road that goes all the way through our neighborhood. And I think you've fucking seen it. But anyway, it's multiple neighborhoods, right? And I'm driving down past the park and I see this lady. She parks her car. It's a 2-lane road. She parks her car and stops the car. And gets out. And there's other cars slowly coming behind. I think only like 2 cars. So it's not like a big traffic line, but she's inconveniencing other people. And she gets out to move a turtle out of the middle of the road. And I was like, holy shit, man. Do you know how long it's been since I've seen somebody do an act of kindness like that? Just on the whim, right? I rolled down my window and I pulled up to her and I thanked her for it. I said, you know what? I said, people like you are few and far between, and I really appreciate you doing that because you literally just saved a life that did not need to die, all because you didn't want to be lazy and fucking smash the thing or go around, right, for the next car to hit it. You took 10 seconds out of your day. You got out. You need to go wash your hands now, probably, but you picked up a fucking wild turtle. You put it out of the road and you moved on with it, moved on about your life. You know what that is? That's fucking leadership, man. That's leadership at a micro level. That's being a good person. And I guarantee you, people with that mentality, she was pretty fit too. This woman, you know, she's not
surprise.
What? Surprise.
Pretty
right. Fit. She's feeling good. Her mood's in a good place. She looks healthy. She's got a decent car. Like this is a newer car. Hops out, stops her whole day to save a fucking turtle, dude. That's leadership, man. And like if you grasp that concept, you grasp the putting your cart back, you grasp the not pissing on the seat and leaving it there for fucking, I don't care if you're at the grocery store, wherever, wipe the shit off, dude. It's a very, very small act of common courtesy. Most people lack it, dude. We're in a day and age, man, where if you're living reactively, those are the kind of things you're most likely doing. And it's time to fucking level up, rise up, and be the man you're meant to be.
Now, okay, so guys, so I know I said, okay, so that girl was fit, right? So I said, surprise, but it's probably because she already has that mental fortitude. She already has those leadership qualities that she's acquired. And I will say acquired because we're not born with this shit, guys.
No,
I would say acquired because this is something that you have to practice until it becomes a part of who you are.
These are skills, not traits, right? Skills, not traits. Yeah.
Correct. 100%. These are skills that you refine over the course of time, and you either accrue them or you never get them depending on the decisions that you want to make. So I do want to throw this in though, man. Just because you're a guy who might be overweight, let's say you're struggling, 20 pounds overweight, 50, 100, 200, shit, 300, who knows?
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Just because you aren't the fit person, it doesn't mean that you're not capable of starting to do these things. Because just like I said, those leadership qualities are something that you're going to attain over time because it's a skill. All you need to do is start taking steps in the right direction. Just 100%. Because you're not where you want to be, it doesn't mean that you can't start acting that way. Because if you ever want to become the person you know you're capable of becoming, you have to start acting as such. Most people are, who am I? That's not who I am.
Well, they have it
why
the
you'll
reverse,
never be that person.
They have it the other way around.
Exactly. Yeah. You will never, ever become that person if you have that kind of thought process, man. Again, it's another cultural issue where people just they don't teach these kinds of things, right? It's kind of stupid how they don't teach this stuff. But if we want to actually, they should teach. There should be literally a fulfillment and potential like kind of class or course, you know what I mean, in school, right? Just to teach people how to really become a different person, how to have the paradigm shifts that are necessary to level up. They don't teach these things, man. So you don't have to be a fit person in order for you to be a winner, because having a winning mentality starts in the mind, not the body. It starts in the mind, reflects in the body, then radiates out everywhere else in life. She's just at the point where it's already reflected in her body and now it's radiating everywhere else. But if you're 100 pounds overweight, it doesn't mean that you're not a winner. It just means that you're not where you want to be. But just
not
because
who
you're
you
not
are,
where you
it's simply where you want. It's not who you are. It's simply where you're at, right? We've said that.
Correct.
Before.
So you know who you are. Now it's just time for you to step it up and start taking the actions that's going to allow you to become who you know you're capable of becoming. You becoming the person you're capable of becoming. We'll say it's 175 pounds jacked. That's just a byproduct of you doing what's necessary and leveling up. That's really what it is.
Yes.
That's all it is. It's a byproduct.
It's the macro of you doing the day-to-day micro, dude. It would be like you and I saying, you know what, we go from 1 week we're fat to the next week we're being fit, and that's what everybody wants, man. And we've
doesn't work like
out
that.
The immediate gratification shit all the time. But the bottom line here, dude, is like wherever you're at in your journey, man, like whether it's you got some extra weight to lose, whether you maybe your mental health's not where you want it to be, it all starts by taking steps towards personal excellence, seeking out growth, seeking out areas where you can get better. If you just have your mind in that positive state, right, where you're like, okay, here's a new day. Let's use the 200-pound overweight guy. What can I do today to work on me? What can I do today to get a little bit better? And I don't think enough people do that. They don't do self-evaluations. They don't look at the day-to-day and the week-to-week on what kind of progress can I make today by the steps that I take today without completely.
Hey, let me throw this in there then. This is an extremely easy one, right? Because if you're somebody who never worked out, it's hard to get up and go to the gym. If you're somebody who never ate healthy, it's very hard to start replacing some of the things you love with some other things that you know is going to nurture your body or nourish your body better. A very easy way to start heading in the right direction, not even filter out your friends and stop hanging out with them, right? How about this? How about you just find 5 accounts that always post bullshit and drama and negativity and you unfollow? How about that? Very, very, very easy. They won't even be notified you unfriended them. They won't even be notified you unfollow them. But guess what you're starting to do? You're starting to protect the energy in your mind. You're starting to protect your mindset. You're starting to protect the positivity and what you're trying to achieve, because those people who talk negative shit in public, if they're talking negative shit in public, what do you think they're talking behind closed doors? So if you want the simplest, easiest steps towards, in the right directions towards becoming a better, stronger you mentally, unfollow the bullshit. I've done it, and it significantly changed my perspective on life, because my feed is full of winning. It's full of different perspectives. It's full of problem solving. It's full of wins. It's full of awesome shit. Not crazy politics, not crazy shit talking and debates where it's like you're the enemy if you don't agree with me, not bitching and whining and you know what I mean? None of that pity party bullshit. When I got rid of that, dude, my mind just became just much stronger, much more positive. It became much more easy to focus on the positive. And find the silver lining, versus before it would gravitate towards negativity. And those were the things that like my subconscious mind would focus on. I would just be scrolling. When I saw something negative, I would just stop. Why? I don't know. I trained my subconscious mind to just be interested in that shit. So it started to become important to me. Well, I got rid of it.
It's curiosity, dude. Negativity draws us in. It's almost like this like dark side of us that we want to know more when it's negative, right? But when we know it doesn't serve us. And so I would challenge our listeners to take it a step further and go follow 5 accounts that are going to put positivity in their life, right? Unfollow 5 that are negative and follow 5 that are going to put out good shit. One easy way is to go follow us on Twitter at the Fatherhood EX.
Boom.
But we'll put some positivity in your life, and at the Fatherhood Experience on Instagram. Shit, you can follow Zach and I on our personal Instagrams. The bottom line, guys, is you need more positivity in your life. If you want change, it starts with the mind, man. And the more of that you start putting in there, if you can't give up social media right now, or you can't stay off your screen a ton, start reading better content, man. Like, start consuming content that's going to make you move forward. I'm glad you brought that up, because I'll tell you, is this little Twitter journey. It's easy. It's the first simplest step. And I started taking this, I went on this little Twitter, we've started this new little Twitter account here. And I'll tell you, dude, when I went from my sports and politics account over to this account, and I started following people that were going to actually help us and like I'm going to learn from in business and learn from in terms of content creation and all this, dude, it is a literal night and day in terms of politic and sports Twitter versus educational Twitter or money Twitter or small business Twitter. Like, a world of difference in terms of the things that you read. There's no negativity, man. Like, you could literally set your whole social media profile up to serve you on a day-to-day basis. And if you do that for a couple weeks straight, you're going to find your ass going to the gym, because you're going to see people posting stuff like, 3 simple steps to a better life. And then they're going to lay them out for you. I've been doing a lot of those threads over there and a lot of those type of tweets, dude. Like, I posted something the other day is like how to be, the simple steps to be better than 95% of the population, right? It's like very simple steps, dude. Limit alcohol, track your food, go on a daily walk, lift weights a few times a week, get 7 hours of sleep, track your progress, drink mostly water, eat nutrient-dense foods each day. All the simple things that we teach. But people that live reactionary, dude, and people that are caught in this vicious cycle have a hard time seeing the light at the end of the tunnel when they're so far in the depths, if you will.
Professional excuse makers is what it's called, right? Long time ago, I made a post talking about, hey man, put your card away, essentially, right? That was the bottom line. And one lady came out of nowhere. She's just a random lady, just trying to validate her bullshit. But what do I do? She's like, sometimes you can't. You know, I'm a busy mom, and sometimes I have my baby. I can't put my cart back, da 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 da. And I go, what the fuck are you talking about? I have a kid too, and this is what I do. I put my groceries back, and then I push the cart to the cart corral with my kid, and then I fucking take him out and bring him back with me to the car while leaving the cart in the cart corral.
It's so bad.
People who aren't action takers, people who are shit talkers will always find a way to come up with an excuse, no matter how extravagant or stupid it fucking is.
Yep.
No matter what. And people who produce results will always find a way to make a result happen. Yep. And guess what? If you're so fucking like really bent on the fact that I can't do it because whatever the fuck it is, there's thunder and lightning going 5 feet away from me, ask for help from somebody else then. Hey, do you mind bringing my car back as well? I have the kid, whatever it is, do what you got to do. Cut the bullshit, cut the excuses, cut the nonsense, man. Going back to what you're talking about, what I have, same with me, dude. Like my friends, I could count them on 1-2 hands only, dude. Talking about like real friends who I can really count on if I needed to text them because I need something like immediately, right?
Yeah.
The bottom line is, dude, if you want any chance of long-term success, man, you either gotta, I don't want to say, actually, no, I won't even say this. I won't say do it alone, man, because environment's so powerful. You just need to surround yourself with people. You can do so by adding the accounts, like you said, or subtracting the negativity. They all end up being a win for you.
Oh, yeah.
They all end up being a win for you, man. So you just got to find the people who are really going to support your cause and support what it is that you're doing and identify them and keep them in your life and hold them close. That's the reality is, right? Because let's be honest, man, I would rather have 4 quarters any day than 100 pennies.
Oh, for sure. 100%, dude. This has been fun, man. This is, I'm excited. I want to start doing longer shows for our guys, man. I know that we've opened up a little bit of time on our calendar. I think this is going to work well because this, it allows us to cover a ton more, and it gives, we talked a lot of thought-provoking shit today, man. And I will tell you that, the world we live in, as fathers, man, we desperately need fathers to rise up and be the change that we want to see, right? You have to go and be the example that you want to see. You can sit there all day long and say, well, shit, society's, crumbling, families, almost taboo now. We got, you got these fatherless homes and all this, and you're talking shit about it, but what are you doing to get better? What are you doing to help other people? What are you doing to show that you can get better and so can they? And I think that's ultimately what the whole message here, man, is develop a constant desire for growth. If you don't have a constant desire for growth, what are you doing with your life, right? Really think about that. Like, where are you going in life if you don't have a constant focus on how can I get better each and every day? You're just going through the motions. And if you're going through the motions, you're not living your potential. You're not living out your potential, and you're going to look back on life with regret. And I think that ultimately that's what it is all comes down to, is we all want to be on that, the final leg of our life, looking back saying, you know what? I did every fucking thing in my power to make a difference, and I had a damn good life, man. And I think that's the ultimate goal for just about anybody that's listening to this.
100%, man. That's a great place to end this episode, man. Like you talked about, we did a lot of thought-provoking stuff, man. So bottom line, guys, find your true friends, add 5 accounts that are going to add value and positivity to your life, and get rid of 5 of them. Easy place to start, dude.
Yeah,
we'll stop there, man. Just do it. And if you could do that just a little bit, we talk about getting better 1% every single day. That's a great way to be 1% better.
Oh yeah.
And as things shift and as you feel a lot better, you're going to be like, dude, what else can I do?
Yep.
That's where and then you just take it from there, man. It takes off. Trust me.
It's called momentum, and we're very big on leveraging momentum, and it doesn't take much to start building momentum, dude. And like you said, you eliminate some of the negativity of your life. That right there is going to be a good weight off of your brain. It's like, okay, well, I've got some more brain space now because I'm not reading all this shit. And so I think, no, this is a great episode, dude. You guys go out there and get better this week, man. This is our ultimate goal for you. Get 1% better every single day. Go find people in your life that are going to lift you up and not pull you down, like Zach said, and start making strides, man. That's all we want. That's our whole message for you guys today, is be resilient, desire to change, right? Get better, dude. It doesn't have to all happen at once. I think you and I talk about this a lot. It's like this massive overhaul. That's the exact opposite of sustainability, man. Just start taking baby steps to a better you. You guys go out there, get better this week, and we'll see you next week in our next episode. Have a fantastic week.